In the heart of a quiet town lived a seemingly ordinary couple, Clara and Paulo. Clara was a reserved woman with a spark of determination in her eyes, while Paulo, her husband, was a calm and loving man. However, behind their closed doors, a dark secret lay hidden. In recent months, neighbors started noticing something strange. Paulo, once sociable and friendly, was no longer seen outside. Rumors spread, whispers that Clara was keeping her husband trapped at home. The lights in their house remained on all night, and muffled sounds were heard, heightening suspicions. One day, a concerned neighbor called the police. When the police arrived, Clara hesitated to open the door, but eventually relented. The officers entered the house, weapons drawn, ready to face what they thought was a dangerous situation. But what they found was entirely unexpected. Paulo sat in the living room, thin and pale, with a look of despair on his face. Clara, beside him, had tears in her eyes. "Please, don't take him," she pleaded. "You don't understand." One of the officers approached Paulo, trying to calm him. "Sir, we're here to help. What's going on?" Paulo took a deep breath and, with a trembling voice, began to tell his story. 6 months ago, I was diagnosed with a rare, degenerative disease. The doctors said there was no cure and that I had little time left. Clara decided that if I was going to die, she would care for me until the end, without anyone else knowing. Clara intervened, sobbing. "I didn't want him to be treated as an object of pity. I wanted our last days together to be in peace, away from curious eyes. I kept him at home to protect him, to care for him." The officers, moved, lowered their weapons. The team leader, a man with a hard face but gentle eyes, knelt beside Clara. "We understand, ma'am. No one will take Paulo. You have our support." At that moment, one of the neighbors, Mr. Almeida, entered the house. "I knew something was wrong," he said, tears in his eyes. "Why didn't you tell us, Clara?" Clara looked at him, surprised. "I didn't want anyone else to suffer. It was a pain I thought only I should bear." Another neighbor, Mrs. Marta, held Clara's hand. "You are not alone. We are here for you, for both of you." Clara smiled through her tears. "Thank you. I really didn't know how to ask for help." Paulo, with a weak voice, looked at the officers. "Please, let me spend my last days at home, with my wife." The police chief nodded. "We respect your decision, Paulo. We'll make sure you have the peace and support you need." The news spread through the town, and instead of judgment, there was an outpouring of compassion. Neighbors, once suspicious, began helping the couple, bringing food and offering support. Clara and Paulo spent their last days together, surrounded by love and understanding. In the end, Paulo passed away, but Clara's story of love and sacrifice touched everyone's hearts. At the funeral, the police chief gave an emotional speech. "This is a story of true love. Clara showed what it means to love someone unconditionally. May we learn from her example and cherish those we love while we still have time."